So I have two stories I want to talk about with round number three of the episode 147 of the MMA Ratings podcast. And the first one is Anthony Pettis is planning on suing USADA. And the reason why is this is pretty interesting. So I almost didn't believe it at first, but I read the story and it's pretty, I don't want to say comical, but it's pretty, yeah, might be a little bit of a stretch there. So he's suing USADA because he was giving the organization, USADA is an organization that runs the anti-doping program for the UFC. He was giving USADA a sample before his fight against, let me see, when did it happen? Let me see, let me pull that story back up. Anthony Pettis was giving a sample on August 17th before he fought Stephen Thompson. No, excuse me, before facing Nate Diaz. And he cut his hand while screwing the top on the bottle. You know, if you've ever given a urine sample before, you pee into a bottle, screw on the top, provide the top. And he's saying that he cut his hand open and screwing the top on. So he had the doctor glue his hand, the UFC doctor glue his hand shut, and then he would go on to lose the fight to to Nate Diaz via unanimous decision. Now, his team has put him in a position to sue the UFC, and they're going to use the same lawyer, Howard Jacobs, that defended John Jones in his anti-doping case. So you have a guy who is familiar with USADA and dealing with the UFC. And Abe Kawa, who's Milky Kawa's brother, Anthony Pettis' manager, this was a statement, quote, "We are absolutely filing a lawsuit. We'll be naming USADA, the UFC, and the manufacturer of the bottle that Anthony cut himself on." It's pretty much I've read the story. I was like, wait, what? I thought he was getting sued. I thought he was suing him for something else. I mean, okay, go get your money, Playboy. If you think that it'll work, Showtime, go get that money. But I think this is a little bit of a stretch, and I don't think he has the. Uh, I wonder if he has the financial resources to try to fight this out for an extended period of time. So that's odd story for this week, number one. Odd story number two is about Paul Daley. Now, if you know, Paul Daley is one of my favorite fighters in the sense where he's that guy who comes to knock people out regardless of the opponent. And he will never get back into the UFC for what happened with him and Josh Koscheck. But he's continued to do good work in other organizations around the world. Where he may not have done good work or where he may not be doing good work is as the is on the commentary booth for Bellator, where I should say where he wasn't doing good work is on the commentary booth for Bellator because he's been fired according to MMA Fighting and Paul Daley's Instagram post. He said that he's being taken out of the booth for off the cuff, off script comments about Michael Venom Page. Now, you have to go back to Michael Venom Page's last fight where he defeated Giovanni Milillo in the first round via knockout. And Daley said the following, and I quote, "On air, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. You can't continually beat these kind of guys. Yes, he knocks them out, but he's expected to knock them out. What does this prove? The fact that he knocked out a guy nobody will remember, it proves nothing. It proves nothing at all." Now, end quote. While yes, you have Daley, who has been a adamant critic of Michael Venom Page. They didn't have the greatest fight when they fought, and Page won that fight there. But he is not wrong here. He is making a clear statement about the types of fights Michael Page is given. And I mean, you can look at his record. Just not, he hasn't fought anybody worth fighting except for Daley and Diego Lima. So we'll see what happens with this. As of now, Daley is out of the booth. He's not out here saying statements like John McCarthy that Michael Venom Page is fighting guys that are as good as Anderson Silva was, or better, that his record is better than Anderson Silva's. I mean, that's neither here nor there because we know that that's wrong. But it sucks that he's been snatched off of the booth, but that kind of shows you what Bellator is trying to do with Michael Venom Page. They're trying to protect that guy, and that, they've done a good job of it since, except for when he fought Diego Lima, got hit with the hammer of Thor. So that's it for episode 147 of today's show. I thank you for taking the time to listen to us. Again, my name is Raphael Garcia. You can find me at rgarcia_sports. You can find everything MMA ratings at MMAratings.net. Go there, rank your fights. Let us know what you think of UFC 246. Let us know how excited you are for upcoming fights. Tell us everything there. You can catch us on Instagram and Twitter at MMARatingsNet. And you can follow my tag team partner, Jordan Breen, not Jordan Breen, the Black Jordan Breen, Sean Humes. You can find him on Twitter at Black Jordan Breen. Goodness, I can't speak today. But yes, give us all a follow where we're always talking about MMA, always talking about combat sports. And again, this is Rafael Garcia here for episode 147 of the MMA Ratings Podcast. I thank you for your time. Thank you for your support. Please be sure to like and share our content and share it across all of your channels. Everyone have a great day. Have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you back here next Tuesday.